Well, top of the morning to you. It's a beautiful sunny morning, so we're off to a good start. This is day 4, and I've got the bike packed up, just ready to head out. Don't have a huge distance to do today, but there are some interesting places to stop, and I have a special side quest because the zipper on my Revit jacket got damaged. My fault. I stopped at the Kakabeka Falls. I hung the jacket on the side of the bike, and the plastic zipper, and I don't know why they put plastic zippers on, but the plastic zipper touched the manifold while it was sitting there and it melted the zipper. So I don't even know if I can get it zipped up properly or if it's going to stay up, but I got to get to Thunder Bay. There is a sewing place there I can take a shot at and see if maybe I can get it fixed. I don't know if it's possible, but that's about all I can figure out. So I'm going to try and find that while I'm in town. But I've got lots of time to get there. I've got a nice sunny day so far. Let's hope it stays that way. And we're going to head out. So here we go. Bit of a hike to go return the key. I like leaving it on the desk, but they said I had to bring it in. So here we are. Nice convenience store here, but I don't really need anything yet. Alright, thank you. Nice rooms. Have a good day. Thank you. Okay. It's funny, it was all Chinese there before, and now it's old stock white people. Who knows? Who cares? It was a decent room. I'll take it. So, yeah, it was a little weird yesterday because I got here about, I don't know, 5:30 or so, and I was like the only one here. And I'm like, why is nobody else at this motel? But eventually later on people rolled in. I guess most people roll in later than I do. I like to roll in around 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock or so. So I managed to get the zipper on, but no guarantees the whole coat won't just fly open on me. It might just unzip itself. But you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta keep pushing on. You gotta make it work when things go wrong. Now, the way I was looking at it, that's three little bad luck things that happen, and they say things happen in threes, particularly with bad luck. So let's hope that it's done, and then that's all the little bad luck things. Hopefully, any kind of bad luck things for this trip, because I still got to go all the way back yet. So anyway, we're just heading out, and in typical up north fashion, on a summer day like this, it's hot when you're sitting still and it's cold when you're moving. So we are heading out towards Thunder Bay on day 4 in search of the great Kakabeka. Rainbow Falls. Oh, this is that conservation. I've stayed here. I've actually moto-camped here. And it's a really nice place to moto-camp if you get a good site. But it's rather confusing if you reserve here because there's 2 of them. There's this one here on the right, and then there's one up here on the left. And the one I stayed at was by the lake, but I couldn't tell you now which one that was. Now there's a view for you. Nice beach down there. No, I do not have a permit. Yeah, this is the one I stayed at. Oy, oy, oy. Let's go have a quick look. Yes, much nicer when you're not going down the highway, but man, that is nippy. Yeah, I moto camped right here, right on the water. I even had a swim. It was a hot enough day. Pretty nice little spot. Call it Rainbow Falls too. I found it kind of unusual the way this water was just rushing down like this. And I believe, yes, it's a river flowing right into Lake Superior. I don't remember this from before. This is new. So a river comes out of the forest and it goes along the bank rather than going straight out. They could change it if they wanted, but it kind of looks neat. Look at that, how it flows. Going right into feeding the Great Superior Bay. Well, that was just lovely. So I thought I'd better use the bathroom just to once some more. So I thought, oh, at the provincial park would be a good spot. And it was nice. I just right here, I found the comfort station. There's not even anyone around, which is unusual. You could come here at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's people in here. But nobody here right now. Maybe because, again, we're early in the season. No toilet paper. So I'm like, shit. Literally. So thank God there's nobody in there, because I had to kind of come out of the stall, my pants still around my knees, and run into the other stall to get some toilet paper and then kind of waddle back. Thank God nobody walked in right when I was doing that. Like I said, it's not really, I wouldn't really call it bad luck that I keep having, but I certainly am getting no shortage of trials. Now hopefully this goes back out. I think it does. So I got my second coat on and I'm sweltering. I think part of it is because your body can't breathe, like it cuts off the air. How's everyone just driving circles around the campground? Why do people like to do that? I don't get it. He comes in, he pulls back, goes around. He's not leaving anywhere. They just drive circles around the campground. I'll never figure out why people do that. I'll get by this clear section here. So it's more like it's an inlet. Long, slow uphill climb in a construction zone. But I'm thinking, hey, at least they didn't make me drive on that. I got fresh asphalt, that's the worst. because it's so greasy. This road is like slopes to the left too. And I spoke too soon. They are making me drive on that shit. It's kind of packed down though, but it's loose in spots, and they've wet it too. Well, I guess that's one of the reasons I got an adventure bike, was so that I could handle spots like that. Nobody behind me, I can slow down. Is it really a lookout? Not totally. Maybe if there were no trees there. I call it a pullover spot, not a lookout. Just checking out this little pullover spot. Cars only. And I'm getting hungry, so the weather's nice and everything, so I guess it's a chance to make a little bite. I have no idea what I'm getting into here, but hey, at least it's paved for now. There's washrooms there. Just a little small, out of the way kind of campsite-y place. Here I found a place to park. There's a cute little thing I see on the side of the road. I call it white man build big fire, sit way back. Red man build small fire and sit close. You know, I think I'm gonna stop putting the butter in the Yeti bag, because I take it out and it's like frozen solid and I can't use it. And butter actually can keep at room temperature for long periods of time, so as long as it doesn't get too hot. Look at this, I can't do anything with it. I need a microwave. So I'm not going to be able to butter my bread, which I kind of wanted to do that. Anyway, kind of a funny thing just happened. I'm just sitting here in this little sort of a cul-de-sac rest area in the bush here. And there's a few picnic tables around. There's one here, there's one over there, there's a third one just up on that hill there. I'm the only one, I was the only one here, so guy comes in on a bike with his girlfriend or wife, comes driving and he goes, "Ah, it's taken," and then he just leaves. It's like, it's not taken. I didn't take the whole damn rest site. I took one table. There's many other tables here. Just, I guess I had the magic table that he wanted. Oh well. You know, I was just thinking, wow, this Yeti bag in here is a cool thing, and it certainly is keeping everything cold in there. I haven't really used it the whole time, but maybe it's just because of my food choices right now. I find that all these towns going along the north of Superior, one thing they all have in common as you hit the next town is they all have a Subway, and many of them have a Tim Hortons. Not much for restaurants. There's not a lot of grocery stores. There's a few, but mostly, yeah, everyone's got a Subway. So I've just been living on Subway. That has been my lunch. It's carried over into my supper last night. I'm getting Subwayed out, but anyway, it's a good food source when you're going and you don't want to carry a lot of stuff with you. So I've been living on the Subway, and I haven't really picked up anything that needs to be kept cold in there, like cold cuts or hot dogs or something like that. But I suppose eventually it'll come in handy. There'll be something. The only thing I've been putting in there is my butter and a chocolate bar. But it's still I still think it's a good investment, and it's going to come in handy at some point. So now we're going to make some coffee. I just feel like doing a coffee. It's just the right time of day. Brunch is a nice time to have a coffee. So we're going to make that and get on with our day. This is what I keep for security when I'm out in isolated locations, that there's a higher chance of wildlife problems or bad people problems, and you're very isolated out here,
and you know, you can't bring a gun or anything like that with you in Canada, so you have to improvise. So what I do is I just take out of my backpack, and this is just for when I'm parked in isolated spots like this, nothing serious. See, from here I'm looking, there's a big pile of bear scat right there on the ground, you know, that kind of thing. So I have my camping knife, and this is probably, I'm hoping it would be the best defense against, let's say an aggressive bear came along, which is rare, but if it did happen, because this is an alarm, all I have to do is pull this, and it'll let out like at about a 5 million decibel squealing alarm that will not stop until you put the thing back in, or if you can stomp on it and crush it, I guess, maybe, but that's the only way that squealy thing will stop. And I'm thinking what that's going to do is that's going to scare the bear away a lot more than trying to hit it with bear spray or anything like that. Geez, I got a visitor, but this is wildlife that's okay. I don't know if you can see him. He's a little yellow-headed canary. He's poking around. I guess he wants to see if there's anything he can get, but he's curious. He's a curious little boy. Anyway, I'm going to finish making my coffee. Maybe you can see him there. You might have to blow up the screen on your computer. Don't think you can see it too well on the GoPro here. Oh, he keeps getting further away now, but he comes and goes. Anyway, that's what I do. I got the alarm with the knife. Let's hope that keeps me alive. Oh yeah, that was a nice little view spot back here. Took my keys, I put my stuff away so it's a little more secure. Oh, well, that is interesting. My goodness. Wow. Yeah, I don't think it needs the drone. It's pretty good just on its own. We're starting to get near Sleeping Giant. I think it's down that way somewhere. Maybe a little further up. Maybe I'm not far enough up the highway yet. And I won't be going into Sleeping Giant Provincial Park on my way because it's 35 kilometers just to get down into the park, and then 35 kilometers back. So that's going to add 70 clicks just to go down there and have a look at Provincial Park. So that's more for when you're staying there, I think.
Pretty sweet. Nice to have some good weather too. This is pretty. Summertime. Gotta love summertime. Alright, well, that was a nice little spot. Just small, but quaint. Shareable. Let's see what else the day has. Everybody going to look at the view. Pretty wild. There's several lookout points along this stretch, but to be honest, I'm getting plenty of great views just from the road, just riding. I pulled over and I find that these views are sometimes better. You can see we're coming up on the Nipigon Bridge. Back at Nipigon again. And yeah, this is as far as I went on my September trip. My goal was to get to Nipigon and then come back on Highway 11, the north route. Because the famous Nipigon Bridge. We're back, baby. And you always got to stop and have a look at the old Nipigon Lookout Tower. One that kind of tests my fear of heights a little bit. But hey, we got to do her. It's part of the journey in my quest for Kakabeka. Oh great, he's parked right where I want to be. I don't want to park right in front of him. Or she. Well, then I'll park over here. I don't think you can drone then. Alright, so the famous Nipigon Lookout Tower, which always makes me a little shaky going up. I don't know why. It's just like it's solid metal, railings and all. But anyway, do what we can do. We got to stop here, test our metal once in a while, or make sure we're not afraid of heights. Because these kind of little rickety tower bridges always make me a little nervous. Climbing up them as we go up, up, up. I get more and more shaky as they go. They say don't look down, but if you look up it's even worse, I think. So we just got to prove to ourselves we can do it and get to the top. I was with my family once, I didn't even bother coming up. I said I'm okay. Whew. There we go. I made it up. The tower didn't fall, that's good. It's been here for years. Very solid. Yeah, she's packing up for lunch. I told her she's not getting very many customers. I thought the GoPro was on, but it wasn't. It's a good view. Told her don't get too sunburnt out there. Put some sunscreen on. Whew. Well, there's the tower. We can walk around a little bit. Not too shaky. I mean, it's a pretty solid tower. If it was wobbly and stuff, I don't think I can handle it. It's pretty cool. Nipigon Tower. So just up there on the other side of the bridge is where the highway goes up, Highway 11, and that's the farthest northern east-west highway in Ontario, and it will go all the way across to Cochrane, and it's a beautiful ride for about the first 100 clicks there for sure. But we're gonna head to Thunder Bay, so we'll just keep going. I just saw the sign when I pulled out onto the highway So I've got about 111 kilometers to get into Thunder Bay. I expect it's going to be way too late to go to any kind of a sewing place today. My only chance at that, if it happens at all, is going to be tomorrow, like first thing. And then I would have to wait around for them to do it, and if it's going to be all day, that's not going to be good for me. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because when I stopped at the Nipigon Tower, I couldn't get my zipper down. It's stuck up around my neck right now, and I can't get it down, which is fine for riding, but it's not fine when you stop and you want to take your coat off. And I fussed with it for about 10-15 minutes, and I could not get the zipper to come down. So this is going to be fun when I do pull in. Now you see this all the time on the Trans-Canada. All kinds of people like this, and they just walk the highway and they push a cart with everything they own. They're not even riding a bicycle, they're just walking. And you never hear about that in the news or anything like that. And all I can figure is these are just homeless people that literally have no place to go, and they just keep walking. And I don't know how they survive. I don't know how they eat. I don't know what they do when the weather gets bad. It's crazy. Well, I just passed the sign that marks the exact spot that Terry Fox ended his Marathon of Hope, and by that point he couldn't run anymore. But the monument, I think, is further up. They couldn't exactly build one right there, so they put a sign there. So this is as far as he made it. So if you were driving all the way from St. John's to here, driving all day, every day, probably take you, almost 2 weeks of just straight driving. And to think that that's how far he ran. I could say one thing, and it might sound a bit cynical, but whatever it cost to build this monument and all this road going up here and everything that they built for it, and then the big house, was a lot more than he raised for cancer. So there we go. After a very long, hard drive on the highway, it's a very large, fast, open, double road highway. We finally get here to the Terry Fox Monument. And I've already told you the story. So yeah, about maybe 10 kilometers back is where the journey ended, at about 3,400 kilometers just about that he ran on one leg. And here's the monument here.
Done!
They chose this just because it's a great lookout of, or you can see Thunder Bay from here. It's pretty good. So we are almost to our destination. This was one last stop that I wanted to do before we got here. So I'm just going to sit here and take a little break with Terry. We're going to move on to Thunder Bay, maybe even find and complete the quest to find Kakabeka Falls. Well, I found the sewing house, or the sewing place. It's right downtown in the seediest section of Thunder Bay. Crackheads standing around eyeing up my bike and everything, but fortunately I got in and out unmolested. And they are working on my coat as we speak, since it got to the point where I couldn't even get the zipper down. And hopefully it's still there when I get there tomorrow morning.
and I will come back in the morning and hopefully my coat is there and it's fixed. And that's what we need to do. So now I'm gonna go find my motel. I'm a bit early, but I could still go see the falls today. And I'm just relying on my rain jacket for now, until hopefully I can get that coat fixed. So I'm almost 30 clicks out of Thunder Bay, and I just put in the address of the motel, which is supposed to be right at Kakabeka. I didn't realize it was quite this far out of Thunder Bay, but maybe it is. I know I was looking at it on Google Maps at one point, and it was a little ways out of Thunder Bay. 30 kilometers? Well, anyway, it's supposed to be right here. I don't know where the falls is, but let's see if we can find the motel. There's the Telstar Motel. Swanky establishment. Well, at least there's a grocery store across the way. Well, hopefully it's doable for a night, as usual. Ooh. Why is it saying closed? Better find someone. Heck, it's only 3:25. Okay, so I'm checking into my room. There's a nice little grocery store right across the street. Again, not the cheapest grocery store I've ever been to, but I got a few basic food supplies, which I've got to sort out my stuff. This is my room. It's located right by the falls, and that's why I chose it. Seems pretty clean, pretty basic. So here it is. No, not bad. I think I could survive a night in here. It's got everything I need. TV, fridge, stove. Cool looking fridge, actually. And bathroom looks like it'll do. Ooh, they even give you soap. Everything looks fine. So there we are. So once I get this stuff settled in, then I'm going to go down the road and I'm going to go and see if I can finally find the great Kakabeka Falls. Okay, so here we are after the long, dangerous, arduous journey of 4 days on the road, facing perils and trials and tribulations, things breaking down, everything going against me. I fought my way upstream and I completed the quest. For today, at this very moment, I have reached Kakabeka Falls. The quest is complete. Well, in about 5 seconds it will be. Because here we are. Kakabeka Falls. Check it out, man. Whoa, brown water. Whoa. Check it out, that's very Niagara-ish. Look how big those falls are. I wish they could cut some of these trees. Check her out. I'm gonna have to do selfies too, but first let's just get the walk around. Oh, this thing's better here. Oh my god. I am here at Kakabeka Falls. I made it. The water levels are like way up right now. Amazing. There isn't like 500 million people here. It's amazing. My goodness. Oh, there's a huge gorge here too. Let's get a closer look. Coming around here, see this how far down it falls. Oh. want to go swimming there. And check out how it goes all the way downstream. The great waters of the Kakabeka going off into the void of nowhere. No man's land. Quite the rapids. And for the moment I have the whole place to myself. I don't know if you can hear me because the thunderous roar of the Kakabeka is so loud that it's drowning me out. Once again, the waters falling are so huge and so powerful that they blow a mist way up in the air, just like at Niagara, and it's literally raining right where I'm standing all the time, like a misty rain. So if it's a hot day, this is a great place to hang out. You can see the mist coming right off the water. You get a great view of it. Well, have a look. Looks pretty cool over there. All right, well, I guess that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video series. I'm assuming it's going to be another series. And stay tuned. Stay subscribed, and I'd be happy to bring you along on more of the great Bald and Biking adventures. Until then, this is the Bald Biker signing out.